Good morning. How are you this morning? Hi, Lawrence. Hi, Helen. I thought I was ready. Hi, Lewis. We'll see you tomorrow, Lewis. Hi, Liz. Hi, Jean-Paul. How many takers have we got for 12 Rivers this morning? Morning, Ron. Nice to see you on a Thursday. Let's see. Well, it is 10 o'clock. I'm going to guess that some people are going to walk in late. Right, I think we should just get started. So we're doing our Qigong Foundation practices. Bonjour, Ruth. Qigong Foundation practices today, which is going to include a little bit of stances, Qigong stances, and a lot of 12 rivers and some breathing practice at the end. Okay. Let's see, trying to get the measure of the camera again. This thing will never happen. Hey, it's kind of happening. All right. So there's 9 of us all together. Let's just get started with our warm-up. And weaving the hands and just loosening up gently. So soften the knees as you go and working your way back. Soft knees, relaxed shoulders, and shoulders relaxed, elbows relaxed. Just working the circle gently. Hi, Isabel. Nice to see you. Nice to see all of you. And turning back. And shoulder one. And back. And switching sides. And coming back. And turning the waist, loosening off the hips. And coming back. And then knees together, working the small circles, just mobilizing all the soft tissue. And coming back. And sinking the weight to the back, turning the foot one way. And back. Loosening off, shaking the leg. Switching sides. and back. Loosening off. And looking forward and down. Stretching back. Forward and down. And back. Forward, down. And back. Head to balance point and stretch to one side. And switch. 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 Relax your shoulders. And switch. And center point again. Look over the shoulder. Switch sides. And switch back. And switch again. And switch. And switch. And center. And just loosen off. Just roll the shoulders a little bit more. I don't know, I can feel in the ether that there were some shoulders that were coming up in the warm-up. So just roll them and roll them back. Try to loosen them up as much as possible. We're going to come up, breathing in, and then nice controlled descent. And again. And again, breathing in and out. And again, breathing in, breathing out. Let's do a couple more of these controlled movements. And we're going to breathe in, hold, and release. Breathe in, hold, release. And again, hold, and release. How does that feel now? Stretch the neck maybe a little bit more. That should feel better. Hopefully. I'm trying to get the messages in the ether. Okay, let's have a quick horse stance. We're not going to spend too long here. It's just nice and relaxed. Knees over the feet. It's just more to gauge, your how low you can go, this sort of thing. And today I'm not going very low. I'm just going to be up here. Knees over the feet. Make sure you've got the square. Breathe in. Shoulders relaxed. Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. Try and keep the horse stance whilst we're doing this. Breathing in. Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. Again. And just relax here for a few seconds. Keep breathing nice deep breaths. Relaxing the body. Making sure the shoulders are relaxed. And we're going to turn into bow stance. So, front foot straight, front leg bent, back leg straight, foot at 45. Just keep breathing. Relax the upper body. And you're going to feel little subtle changes in your legs, just coming up the body. Just keep tuned into these. Other side. Feel all the activation of the legs and all the little subtle changes as you adjust into the stance. So as you know, there's a lot. I mean, most of our 12 rivers are either in bow stance or horse stance. Turn again. And just give that push as if you were pushing the car. Get the feel in the legs. Give them enough tension to get properly in the stance. Turn again and again. Just imagine pushing that car. And turn and cross. So the knees are bent, but you're not quite in a horse stance. You're just pulling the knees, but you're not lowering yourself into a horse stance. But equally, you're not letting the knees do that. Relax the shoulders, make the neck nice and long. Push up with your crown. Keep breathing, nice deep breaths. And relax gently. So I think you've worked. Shake out. You have just worked your couple of minutes of bow stance, a minute of horse stance, and a minute of the iron cross. So well done. So remember, you can build the bow stance to be longer. I know, it's always a delight, isn't it? Okay, so you can do this gently. It's going to help. It's going to, definitely help your legs. Hi, Marie. All right, shake out the legs a little bit more. Grab a drink of water. We're going to go through our 12 rivers. And remember what we were working on last week. We were working on following the movement with the eyes. Okay, so it challenges our our being in the space, and it challenges our frame and how we hold ourselves in the space. Okay, because if I'm here and if I'm not moving the head, it's easier, but then the movement is not full because I'm not doing this. So you go over with the head, but you're also following the movement with the eyes. Okay? And if we're ready and warmed up and happy, let's go for it. Here we go. And breathing in. Breathe out. So starting with the lungs. So I'm going to give you one or two of the breath today, and then I'm going to let you work out the others, whether they're natural breath or the prescribed breath. And just feel the stretch in the ribs. And relax. And breathe out. Breathe in to one side. Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. And again to the side. Changing sides, breathing in. Breathe out. Breathe in and out. Again. Coming up gently. Bringing in the feet. Breathe in and out. Coming up on your toes. Breathing in and out. Feeling the stretch in the stomach when you're doing it to the right. Let's do it on this side again. And gently going to spleen. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. We're going to reverse the breath with the movement. Breathing in. and out. Relax. Bring yourself into a high horse stance. Breathe in and out. Breathe in and out. Or you could do it in 2 breaths. Breathing in here and out. Choice is yours. Just remember, keep your shoulders nice and relaxed. And only work the circles so that they work for you. Switching to small intestine meridian, punching wind. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in and out. Stretching fingers. Okay. And relax. And coming down. Bladder meridian. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in and out. Knees bent. Again, breathing in. Nice and straight legs. Breathing out. Coming back up straight. Breathe in, soften the knees. And out. And again. And again. And again. Breathe in and out. One more. I've lost count as well, so breathe in and out. And open out. Horse stance. Breathing in and breathing out. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. And breathe in. Breathe out. Turn and gaze. Pericardium. Breathe in. Breathe out. 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 Breathe in. Come up. Breathe out. Bring the feet in. And moving on to the triple burner. Breathe in and out. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. Again, breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. And again. Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. One last one. Breathing in and out. Breathe in. Breathe out. And we're going to open out a little bit more. Breathe in and out. So stretching the back, gallbladder meridian. Turn, breathe in. Grab, breathe out. And again, swing the arms. And again. And final one. And 4 body movements. Breathe in. Out. Breathing in. And out. Turn. Don't forget to relax. Don't forget to stretch that leg. Turn, bend the body and stretch the leg. Turn. And we're coming back to full circle. With the dragon clears a path. And relax. And actually just stand with your hands in front of the lower dantian. Just breathe here, bring everything to rest. Observe what's going on inside of your body. Relaxing your shoulders, relaxing the whole body. Nice deep breaths. Letting go of the hands. Just breathing, relaxing, deepening the relaxation. And breathing in and out. Breathing in, bringing chi up the spine. And breathing out, bringing the energy down the front. Activating the microcosmic orbit. All right. Shake out your legs. Let me know how this went for you, and more especially, how did you manage the breathing and how did you manage looking at the hands? Did that work? Especially the looking at the hands as you go. Did that work for you, or what? Ruth is saying fabulous. Good. It worked for you then, Ruth. That's good. Good. Yeah, Elaine and Lawrence are saying felt great, much looser. Ruth loves it. I know you love it. I love it too. Yes. It's a good set. It's an excellent set, and it's one that really stimulates good energy flow through the body. Yes, Marie was trying to lengthen the breathing, but she still finds that doing it over 2 breaths, doing the movements over 2 breaths is more relaxing than trying to do it over 1 breath. Looking at hands improves the movement, Liz. Yes, yes. Yes to Marie and yes to Liz. And Jean-Paul, these 12 rivers are very precious. Try to practice them before going to bed too. Okay, good. They are. It's a fabulous exercise. Set of movements. You can't really describe it as exercise. It's not really exercise, but it's a fantastic set of movements that just get you get your body working like you should. I think you've missed this. Yes, you have. Following the hands gives intent to the movements. Yes, it does, doesn't it? Yes, Ron. So that's fab. That's just great. Any questions? I was going to go over the hands for the kidney meridian again. I'm sorry. Just because when I was doing it, I was aware that it might not be super obvious. So to achieve this hand, take a minute and have a look at it. So index finger, these ones are pulled back. So I'm not doing that. That's what I see a lot. So what's happening is that I'm pulling these back. And suddenly you'll feel that you have extra tension in the finger, and more to the point, when you push, you'll feel extra tension in the hand and in the arm. And that extra tension, if you put it to the side, like I just did, you will feel it. You will feel compression on the kidneys. So it's activating the actual organ. So if I'm starting to feel it already on the kidneys. If I put it to the side and I look, there's a real compression that's happening there. Maybe you can feel that. Hopefully you can. And try with just a loose hand off to the side. You don't get quite the same activation when you're just taking a simple hand off to the side. It's not quite the same as doing this. This activates pathways that are otherwise not activated. So there is tension, which is why these two fingers are like this and not floppy. And I know for some of you this will be difficult. I know some of you have issues with the fingers. So just working as close within your own body to this as you can, okay? It doesn't have to be perfect. But remembering, hi Lewis, remembering to pull back and to not just do that. Yeah? Because a lot of the time you see these are pulling down, which doesn't give you the same effect. So let them come up. If your hand is up, then the fingers will want to be pulled back. Okay? So that's one side. Are you okay with that side? Are you all managing to do that? It's also a secret hand signal in some lineages. If you're all okay with that one, the other side is grab. That's what it looks like from the inside. So it's all the fingers into a sort of leopard paw. Grabbing and pulling. Okay, as you're pulling, this stays in line. Okay, it doesn't come up like this. You're grabbing, pulling. It opens out. This increases the compression. Are you feeling that? Or not? Hopefully, yes. So that's the shape of the hand as you're pulling. You're grabbing, as if you were grabbing the string on the bow, and pull. But you're pulling horizontal. You're not pulling down and you're not pulling up, which often happens. You're just pulling horizontal, which means that your shoulder doesn't get stressed out. Do you have these? Are you happy with with these hand shapes and how the arms work? If I put it in the context of the full movement. And I'm looking at the index finger. Yeah. Then I'm feeding the hand rotating both hands, coming up, hands are nice and open, and then they take the shape. Marie's saying, oh, she's got a big sting in her right hand. Is that hurting it then? Elaine, big difference to the feel of the move. Yes, yes, it does make a huge difference, because if we're somehow not putting anything into it, or if we don't have the right hand shapes, we're not activating the right pathways. And again, we really are pulling, pushing with some force where it is needed. Always keep the force where it's needed. So not rooting it through the shoulders, but keeping it through the muscle. You can probably see the activation on your own arms. You can certainly see it here, right? There's tension there. I don't know. If I have no tension, it doesn't work the same, and you're going to find that there's too much mobility as well in your hands. But if you have the right amount of tension, you take away that mobility and you're just activating the pathways. Okay, I do hope that's clear. Anything else you want to know about those 12 rivers? Oh, I did send the chart to some of you, and do study it because it's very interesting. And you will notice that for each meridian, there is little arrows. There are little arrows because those fine meridians only flow one way. They don't have a comeback. So if you take the lung meridian, which starts in here and runs down, it only flows that way. But the large intestine meridian only flows up the way. So you're going to have one of each for each of the elements. So same on the other side, okay, because they have two, they are repeated. Just because something may only happen on one side, like your stomach or your spleen, doesn't mean that the meridian only exists on one side. It exists on both sides. So for those of you that have the chart, and those of you that are interested, generally, if you want to massage the meridians, you can just brush them. You can brush them if you're not too sure of their path, brush them with the palm so that you're sweeping a wider area. Yeah? If you're sure of the path, take 2 fingers or 1 finger and just brush all the way, okay? But you've got to be sure of yourself. Okay? So that's why we study them, and why it's important to pay attention to the directionality of the meridian. If you can't do the 12 rivers for any amount of reason, brushing the meridians is quite good, just to activate them as well. Okay, so if you're not well, or for X amount of reason, just doing the brushing is quite good. You know, stomach meridian goes down and all the way out to the feet. And if I want to do the kidney, you know, and again, the less you're sure, the more you want to use the palm, the more you're sure, and the less amount of cover you can use, if that makes sense. Is that okay? Or am I boring you? Hopefully that's okay. If you don't have the chart and if you want it, just send me a message on Messenger or an email and I will send it to you, okay? Right. Shall we do our breathing? If you want to make yourself, or just take a second to give me any feedback that you want on this, on the meridian massage. Interesting. It is, isn't it? Yeah. Meridians are very interesting. And they are like rivers, hence the name, the 12 rivers, because those fine meridians are like rivers. We've got pools of energy in the body elsewhere that work both ways, you know, left and right, up and down. And they're more like oceans, and we're just following the ocean currents through them. That's another type of exercise. We might switch to doing that later on. Okay. Good. Okay, so if you want to make yourselves comfortable just now, so either sitting down, lying down on the floor or on a couch, make sure you can breathe properly and just gently letting your body relax. Maybe closing your eyes so that you can tune into your breath easier. And just gauge how your breath is doing. Have a little look at your breath. Have a listen. And see if it's full or shallow or sort of in between. Where is it at? And have a feel for the muscles that are expanding and contracting to help that breath be full. So much making space on the in-breath and then contracting, pushing the CO2 out on the out-breath so that you fully breathe out. So you're feeling your belly stretching out as you breathe in, and then pushing up, in and up on the out breath. Feel your back expanding out as you breathe in. And then the muscles coming in and helping to expel the breath out. We're going to try to do a full square breath today. It's not quite square, it's a rectangular breath actually. It's a oscillating breath. So as you breathe in, try and bring your breath to either a count of 4 or a count of 6. And that would be 6 seconds or heartbeats. Okay? And get a feel for the flow of the breath. You'll find that you probably need to regulate it in order to stretch it out as much as possible. And those of you that can, you can stretch it out to a count of 8, breathing in, and 8, breathing out. And once you've got this cycle going, you're going to introduce your pauses after the in breath and after the out breath. So these are going to be half the count that you're working with. So if you're working with a count of 6, you're going to pause for 3 beats and then breathe out for 6 and then pause on empty for 3 beats. If you're working to a count of 8, you're going to breathe in for 8, pause for 4, breathe out for 8, and pause for 4 beats. If even 6363 is too difficult, scale it down, do it intake 4, hold for 2, out breath 4, hold for 2. Try this and try to stretch out the breath so that you are as close as possible to the 8-4-8-4. And when you're pausing the breath, make sure that you're just suspending it and to not constrict your airways and your neck muscles, just not engaging those, but just gently suspending the breath at the back of the mouth. Okay. After your next out breath and pause, you're going to let your breath go back to its normal rhythm. and just to observe its beautiful qualities. That maintain you in perfect harmony. We often take the breath for granted, so now we can just take a second to acknowledge it and its wonderful work. And you're going to take a few deep breaths that are going to be energizing this time. Reaching all the way to the end of your fingers and to the tips of your toes. And bringing yourself back to upright and fully conscious. And you can let me know how that practice went for you. I think we're going to start moving on to the natural wave breath maybe next week. I'm going to start building that up. It's good fun. So how did this practice go? Hopefully you're enjoying this breath practice. I know that sometimes it can be a little bit difficult when you first start, especially if you haven't done it for a while. But it's very rewarding if you stick at it and not even, bother too much. I'm not managing to do it. Or, just sticking at it at your own pace, and your body will crack it, because that it's made for doing these sorts of exercises. Just that a lot of the time our muscles take a certain set of habits and they're not used to expanding and contracting in the way that we're making them work when we're doing this breath work. So we're just trying to undo years of working a certain way, constricting the breath, holding the muscles really tight. And we're just trying to open everything up and just breathe properly again. I know a lot of you actually don't have that problem. A lot of you do manage very well with the breath. So Ruth is saying, perfect harmony until the children come in again. Yes, Ruth. And Elaine felt great. That's great. So we're feeling relaxed and light as air. I know, Liz, I'm feeling that as well when we do this practice. I feel very light afterwards. Can totally link into that. Just keep your comments coming. I'm just going to get started on the cool down, so feel free to join me. And if you're writing comments, just write your comment and then join us for the cool down. Liz is saying, feeling relaxed. Oh, and light as air. So here we go. Chitidanchen. And kidney area with your fingertips. So you're just digging in and doing little circles with your fingertips. And then either tap, brush, or hover your hands down the back, up front, and round the arms. And keep going. Oh, that's brilliant, Marilyn. Thank you. I know you guys are there every day. That's brilliant. I love it when you put a wee message. And again, that'll be our final passage of the brushing over and over the kidneys. And then just a few seconds on the dantian. And breathe in and out. And close the gate. Thank you very much. It's been a pleasure to do this session with you this morning, guys. And I hope you've enjoyed it as much as I have. I am thinking that we need to start introducing you to the other set of movements from the foundation practices, which is a more relaxed set of movements, and it works the extraordinary meridians. I think you would like that. Let me think about it. I think we need maybe to consolidate another couple of weeks of this, but we can work both in tandem, you know, so yeah, it's going to get interesting. So thank you very much. I hope you have a wonderful afternoon, and we will see you tomorrow for Tai Chi. Thank you.